And welcome to Chapter 8. This is Caesar. He's really bad. He's your replacement for Ogma, and he's probably the biggest incentive to not let Ogma die, because then you'd have to use Caesar. Don't use Caesar. This is Rad. He's also really bad. He's your replacement Navarre, but his stats are more like Julian's. You know, Julian, the unit that's never supposed to be in combat. His growths are also worse than Julian, so that's kind of funny. I'll give credit where it's due though, because Caesar and Rad do have an important job in this chapter, namely going in the opposite direction of all the enemies and going shopping for us. There are 5 shops and an arena here, and this is the chapter that I've been leading up to when I've said I'm going to do a big shopping spree. This first shop sells tomes, including the first chance to get these powerful Blizzard tomes. Definitely going to get a couple of those and maybe a spare Thunder or 2. This shop sells miscellaneous stuff. I'm gonna get a heal staff, but that's it. It's not a bad idea to pick up door keys most of the time, but we already have 1 and 2 master keys with 5 uses each, so I don't really care. And we'll continue the shopping later. As for the actual chapter, there's a lot of dudes up here, and there's gonna be even more coming out of the forts as we get closer. But overall, it's not as hard as it looks. Let's see if Bantu can actually get some combat this time around. I looked up the triggers for the reinforcements, but they were kind of confusing. They specified which row and column you need to pass before they start to spawn, but I don't know, the positioning just doesn't seem right to me. I guess we'll see. Here they come. Pretty easy to handle these guys though, because all the Cavaliers have swords, so you can just send someone who's pretty good with lances up there and basically take on all of them. And of course all the knights have lances, and you got a couple of archers mixed in too. But as long as we stay out of the range of too many people at once, we should be fine. As you might have noticed, this guy has a portrait, which is usually a pretty good sign that he's recruitable, so we'll make sure to do that as well. The big deal here comes when the promoted horsemen start attacking you, but just like on the previous map with the Wolf Guard, Hardin and his boys, there's a pretty good spot here that gives you some avoidance that you can just put yourself on the other side of this mountain, and that will cause all the horsemen to clump up and attack the person who's here. And it lets us visit a house at the same time. Why indeed. The Cavaliers can't go over mountain tiles, so just by putting 2 people here, we've essentially blocked off our entire army from them safely, so that's really good. Finding those natural choke points is important. And now for more shopping. This is the most important armory ever because, lo and behold, it sells a wing spear, a brand new mint condition. Not only will this continue to let Sita wreck everyone, I'm going to forge this one to make it even more stupidly powerful. You can only buy 1 here though. I'll also stock up on a couple more javelins and a silver lance or 2. There are actually plenty of shops that sell these silver lances later, but this is one of the few chapters where we'll have 2 designated losers grocery shopping for us while the big kids fight. so might as well make use of the opportunity. Likewise, this shop sells a rapier, which is pretty good for Marth, but not as mind-blowing as the wing spear. I'll get it anyway. It's also got every other normal type of sword. I'll get an extra silver sword, why not? Several people on our team are pretty close to hitting B rank in swords, and just like with silver lances, this is the best opportunity we'll get to buy things without being on a time crunch with our main units. The last shop just sells axes and bows, nothing special, and since they're our least used weapon type, we have more than enough of them anyway. Alright, let's see how this turn goes. These guys are too fast for able to double. Might have to switch him out with someone else who can take them down in one round. Come on, somebody attack Bantu, I dare you. You know, I was worried about Kane at the start of this playthrough, but he's really come into his own now. Look at him taking down all these Cavaliers by himself. Bantu doesn't get to transform this turn. Alright. So, to recruit Roger here, we need to talk to him with Sita, but these archers are kind of scaring me away from doing that. How much damage do they do to her? Certainly too much to put her in range of them. So we will just keep everyone else... we'll specifically mark Roger's range, and then keep everyone else out of that range, but within the range of the rest of these enemies so that they can take those down on this turn. Abel... who's fast enough to double? Probably nobody. These guys are really fast. Ogma's almost fast enough, too. 11, 11, 11, 11. I guess I'll put Merrick there. Well, first things first, we need to get Kane out of here. Did a good job, buddy. Alright. I think these guys should stay up here and just pick on Abel. We'll leave him here. He's got good defense, so it's not like he's going to be taking any damage. If he gets more crits like that, he'll take these guys out really fast. And we'll have Hardin here. Not here as Kane was before, because we don't want him accidentally killing Roger if he shows up. And the farthest Roger can move is here, so we'll just leave Sita where she is. Leave pretty much everyone else where they are. Move Marth up a little bit. Get Ogma closer to the action. Here's the shop if you're interested in it. Like I said, I'm not going to buy anything from it, though. Yeah, nothing special. Alright, Caesar and Rad can continue to chill here. We'll transfer all the rest of the stuff they picked up over to the army. Oh, here we go. Dragon. Very low-res, bad-looking dragon, but a dragon nonetheless. Even the forest can't save you from Hardin. Alright, time to clean up. Like I mentioned in the bottom text of the previous video, the Firestone and all Dragon Stones use up a use whenever they're equipped and the user gets into combat. So it's more like, it's not like a sword where you hit somebody with it, the durability goes down. It's more like Bantu transformed once, so it loses 1 durability, even though he attacked twice when he was in his dragon form. They go down by transformations, not actual attacks made. Kind of an interesting touch. They work differently from every other weapon in that respect. Before I send Sita in... Actually, taking out that archer, she's actually safe, so we're good. Can talk to Roger. Oh boy. This is Roger. What can I even say? He's tanky and really slow. His strength growth is good, and he's got meme-level luck. Overall, not worth dragging him over maps with his 5 movement just so he can take a couple hits to the face. Unlike Drog, even reclassing him doesn't make him that much better, because his speed growth will never go over 35% no matter what class he's in. He's got to talk with Marth. That recruitment is so stupid. I don't want to put Bantu in range of these guys, because even if they attack him from range and he transforms with his Firestone, he'll still lose a use on it. Which is a big old waste. We'll use this here. Of all the people you could attack, why did you attack the... Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, whew. If that other guy had also gone for him, then that could be our first death, but I guess his range wasn't good enough? No, that... Huh. Alright. I'll take it. He totally could have reached him, he just chose not to. Oh, Shadow Dragon AI. Go for it, Bantu. Good job. Anyway, you want to just keep Marthing moving. We want to keep Marth moving over to the right. These guys up here are just too far away and too slow to really do much of anything or catch us. Oof, Merrick getting doubled. That's not cool. Roger, you go to this house. It's probably all you'll be good for. Yeah, so I guess my information was correct. It looks like the reinforcements don't really come out of the fortresses until you, like, go up into these little pockets where they come from. So unless you go looking for a fight, reinforcements aren't really going to spawn, which is kind of questionable design, but alright. This is Cannibal. He's a joke. Not only does he continue the proud tradition of bosses not having a ranged weapon, but he also isn't even promoted like the generals we've been fighting up to this point. He's only a knight, so... What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? He gets one-rounded by Sita. You certainly are finished. He drops 11 sword, a sword that actually lets you attack at range with a sword user. So I kind of lied when I said before that sword users don't get a ranged weapon, but the problem is 11 swords are much more rare than javelins and hand axes, so there's still no good equivalent for swords, and they run off the user's magic stat, which physical units tend to not have very much of, so I wouldn't say it's as useful. Anyway, before we seize, let's just kill as much as we can to get some experience. Fortunately, Bantu can't make it up for one more kill, but he's done enough this map. And that's that. Enjoy the last cutscene, and I'll see you guys next time.